Today, it feels good to have these guys crowning the whole week for us. Okay, so my guest is, of course, is DopeNation, identical twin brothers who are musically inclined. And they've produced hit songs like Age, I would say that first. They've produced hit songs like Confirm, Thank God, and a whole lot. Putting that aside, when it comes to production, they've actually produced some of the biggest hits we've had in GH. Talk of producing for the late Ebony, talk of producing for Shatta Wale, talk of producing for EL, the likes, Papi Kojo. I mean, it's a lot. And one would think they produce hit song. Why wouldn't they maintain that side and decide to come into the music space? But then we'll talk a lot on so many things. Guys, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
It's our table of life.
Yeah, we like it. I can tell from the way.
You can do everything on it.
Yes. Yeah.
We need one of these at home.
At home.
Yes.
Can it fit home?
Oh, it can, depending on what you'll be using the table for.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this huge one, can it fit home?
Yeah, it can.
And then the house is big.
Very.
Yeah.
I want to put that one on.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You know, we say we be DBs. We are not DBs. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with someone being.
You look like DBs.
Well, you have to look what you represent. Yeah. But then at the same time, we day street. When our street people know we. Yeah. Then when our street people they know we from Kaneshi, Car Price, if you come at Accra, they know we. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
So guys, this is Michael Waffle.
Yeah, Michael Waffle.
And that's B2. Yeah. And there's Tony Waffle. That's Twitch. Yeah. And I had to write the names and label them. Twist. Label them red cardigan, black cardigan. But guys, you've been doing a whole lot. I mentioned Shatta Wale because you produce Pupa?
Yeah.
Yes. Ebony, you produce Poison.
Yeah.
EL, Joy B, you produce Segbefia.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Papi Kojo to Nanama.
Yeah.
You guys were doing so well. But first of all, before I go on with my question, you both went to University of Ghana.
No. I went B2. I went to.
You went to study political science.
Yeah, I did political science. Yeah.
In political science, there, and some engineer for home.
Well, they correspond one way or the other because politics is all about it's a human science.
Yeah.
It's all about power and relations to human beings. So one way or the other, you can apply it to any form of industry you find yourself.
Yeah.
So musically, we do our things, and whenever we see the need to do something politically, we apply. Yeah.
Tony, what did you study?
I studied computer engineering.
Wow.
Yeah, in Ghana Telecom.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that one is even closer to sound engineer. But
right?
Well, it depends.
It will surprise you.
Yeah, it will surprise you. Yeah, it will surprise you.
But then coming back to the question, why did you opt to add music to the whole craft? Because being producers are huge, and you were producing hits. You could see the results. You could see that what we are doing is paying off. At what point did you decide to just bring the music in?
Let's just say it grew with us, because it's something we couldn't run away from.
Okay.
Yeah, we just felt that making music would definitely have to get to the point where we would have to make the beats ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we work with fantastic producers like Willis Beats. He's really crazy back in the day. And going to the studio at that time, you would find Castro in the studio, and they'll be like, Castro is about to record. Kenata will be coming afterwards. So, Charlie, you guys for way more. And at that time, too, we were not really having the money to pay because we used to walk long, a very long distance to the studio. So it got to a time where we felt like, okay, we have a computer in the house. Let's just get the software and then sit back home and then study music production. So we actually learned it on our own.
Okay. You learned it on your own?
Yeah, we learned it on our own.
It was from a whole lot of decisions to make, and as in mistakes and corrections and mistakes and corrections. Give a back, give and take 8 years.
Wow.
So, and while we were doing this, we were recording ourselves. We used to train ourselves while we were doing it. So it was like we were just comparing our works with each other, and we're not sharing it around. So we didn't know how serious our sound was until we came to Accra. Yeah, there was one time, Charlie, we did school where we just vex say, for the
But you were in school at the same time, level 100, level 100.
Yeah. So we just, I met him, and then we took a Trotsky to Ring Road, went to BBNZ. That's where we met Elle.
Oh, that's
Yeah. That's where we met Elle. And when we met, we met a guy over there, and he was like, Elle was not around. So we were like, we have sample of beats, like 10, wanted to give out, and they should check it out. And we're like, 10 beats, it's impossible. How can you give us free beats 10? And then, so like we were taking a Trotsky down after not knowing that Elle was there. Then the guy ran down to like,
he was up there.
Elle say, make people come right now. No, but you can't see him at that time. At that time it was EO. So like, fast forward, we went there, we saw him and Charlie now, then they play him for big speakers inside, we could feel what the work was, and was like, you guys are dope, and like, you guys, you should. So we used to go to the studio most of the time, and it birthed a lot of productions, We went to sleep the next day, Joey B, Papi Kojo and him, they did Segbefia, they did Wow. Then it moved on to Ebony coming to Legon. It was so nice because when at that time I think she had coupe. So when she came to Legon, everybody was like screaming, and then like Ebony is in your hostel. Yeah, you get that vibe, and we recorded Poison.
Wow.
Yeah. The song was with us for like 6 months. So for like 6 months, the world hadn't heard of Poison.
You guys are just enjoying it.
Oh, we enjoyed it ourselves for a while.
we still have a lot of projects the world hasn't
hasn't
heard.
heard.
Yeah, but we still, listen and then try to tweak it.
So the first hit you produced was
Segbefia.
I don't know if viewers don't remember Segbefia. Segbefia was the one, I think EL said something like, me, I be shady and I be choosy, but my GH1 girl be Bella Mundi. That's what I'm a challenge.
You're good with lyrics. You're good with lyrics.
That's good. But did you make money?
From
production?
Now?
The little that you did back then? From Poison to Shatawale to EO, did something small come in?
Yeah. Back in Takrade, we used to make beats, and you know what they pay me with? He was in Accra, let's say in the year, I waited for like 6 months before moving into Accra.
Okay.
When he moved in, and when I make beats for like top, artists, they give me biscuits.
Biscuits?
Yeah.
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
I want to categorize them. Is it Shemema or
no. And you see, that's the thing about the price. You see, the biscuits, me, Stefano, see the biscuit before. But then that type of biscuit was like, and it was big, nice. You see, so I appreciated it.
There's this rich biscuit that they short something.
This one had, you see, them ones that it's like it's in layers, and after every layer they have a cream. You see, on top of it,
those ones. Or something.
That one.
Oh, okay.
and you can dip it in milk and prepare something with it.
No.
Yeah. Wow. Oh no, I had.
And that was which year?
That's like 20. That's like 10 to like 12 years ago.
Yeah, 10, 12 years ago.
No. This is so wrong.
Right?
No. But you see, we saw value in
what it was.
Biscuit.
So it's like, he gave me biscuit for the. So that was what triggered our mind that it means we can take something for what we are doing.
Because they felt like taking the beats alone, going away with the beats. Nah, they have to give something so you feel, because if they take the beat, they know what they're going to use the beat for. But at that time, we saw it as, Charlie, we know say the beats is not that professional, but you take it since you say you want it. And then he gave in return, I've forgotten the artist.
We had a long way to go, like 10
like I'm saying, it was 10, 12 years ago. And from the conversation going, it was like we started finding ways and forms at which you could earn from making beats for people, and it got like that. We started taking upfront cash, and now it moved to our splits, and now it moved to, now if they come DopeNation, them are there, Charlie, them go cheat you, because apart from say them be producers, them be writers as well, then go take more of the splits, then it moved to now we look for you, the artist, not you look for us. And now it's like we are in a space where we are trying to create a sound that we would take people in with it. So at this moment, Charlie, we just
did into it for business.
But I wanted to even find like some of these experiences. It didn't even make you move that, okay, we are now going to put the beat making, producing on hold and rather switch to music. Did it change you producing at any point at all? Did it move you from the producing to singing?
No, at all. It's you see, in the studio, it's like you're cooking. And at some point, you have to maybe first of all steam some meat before you start chopping your onions, and then you fry something, and then you put in the steamed meat, and So when you start making the beats, as you're making the beats, the lyrics just start coming in.
Okay.
You get to the point where after playing the drums, you'd have to voice out before you come back and take the MIDI and then play some strings, and then call a guitarist to come and play something, a pianist, So it just keeps coming like that until you build a sound, and it doesn't even end there. After that, you take it into the car, you'll be going around listening, playing to your friends. Oh, Charlie, go add some vibe. Sometimes I'll even play a song to you. You say something, I'll be like, hey, that thing be vibe. Then we go back into the studio. So
And add it up.
Yeah, it's not like we do production and then we're like, okay, let's now move to singing or let's move to rapping. Everything is just embedded in there. So when you feel like you are good at it, you can just...
But then to add up to what he said, production is the source of music. It's an art alone before artistry.
But has your journey into the Ghanaian music scene been what you wanted, and has it been worthwhile?
Okay, so as human beings, as twins, it's Ghana then born we. If we were to be at another side of the universe, then we would have spoken about that. But being here, doing music here is hard. You need to find your own process and an outline as at which you promote your music, not to talk of being a producer. You need to brand yourself. You need to fall into certain places of mistakes to be able to know that next time I shouldn't be here. So it's a gradual process, but at the same time we do this, there are lots of... the music business has not made music what it really is. Music is therapy, music is art. But music business has made it a sport. It's made a competition. So while you are doing it, you should know for real, whether this is for purity or for politics.
Okay.
You are supposed to put yourself in those spaces to understand where you are going, your brand, your art, where you are preaching towards. Because as a talent, you have a light and you touch people with your light. But the more it gets political, there are... factors.
External factors.
Yeah, it's like you have an idea, it's like a big bush, it's like a big tree, but then somebody be like, but Charlie, we don't get money, that's financial. Then it cuts down, it trims the edges of your idea, your cultural. No, but if you do this, it go look like they insult this race of people, then it cuts down the whole idea. That's what trims how you go. So in this space, we find ourselves in these kind of factors as we are growing, and it is forming us, it is molding us, it's morphing us into what we are now.
Wow,
interesting.
Then we say we have a long way to go, because from what you said something like the music space here, it's in a form of sports competition. Elsewhere, do we see that, or is it because they have grown over the years we don't see that sort of competition there?
No, it's not to take away the fact that music is still competition, because like you would have maybe if like 2 years ago you were listening to a certain type of rapper because of like these type of characteristics. Fast forward after those 2 years, maybe if they rap because of punchlines, now people don't really rap because of punchlines. They rap because of lifelines. People go through things they say, and then if Rick Ross raps about drinking whiskey by some beach side, and he'll make you feel you are actually there with him whilst he's, in his voice. So that kind of thing. It's competition, but our focus has been there. And not the other things.
Not on the music.
Our competition, is it healthy?
Like I said, the business and the music, it reflects from the people. Music from Mexico, music from South Africa, music from Nigeria, they are different places, so it will reflect with them. If you look at Jamaica like this, their music is more content based and more art based. Ghana is more cultural based, more content, more art.
Mind you, even with Jamaica, their competition, they go to their homes and shoot them. But then they still maintain the fact that they have to preach reggae music and dancehall.
Exactly.
So that core origin is still there.
Yes.
But ours, is it that we are deviating from it?
So I wonder if we have an identity.
We do. We do have an identity. So calm down. Ghana has an identity, a very strong one. The thing is that, you see, it's like we are in a house. We are here surrounded by 3 beautiful ladies. Most of the time, it's because it's you you would know which part of you that is it doesn't look appealing. I may see you and like, wow, you're so pretty. That's how Ghana is. Ghana sees herself in front of a mirror and doesn't realize how beautiful or how rich she is. But rather, when you're walking and someone's like, wow, nice clothes, you're like, oh, so this clothes is very nice. No, that's how it is.
Right.
And I think we have not got to realize our value.
Yeah.
But trust me, people outside see Ghana like,
Up there.
Yeah, because like all the countries we even try to compete against or try to compare our music with, they listen to us. Yeah, they listen to us hands down. Like maybe it's arguable with every artist, but they listen to us, and they listen to us. They send DMs. You know, we mix and master songs for artists around the world, and when they send their songs over, you'll be like, okay, yeah, and it's work. That's what we do. But our people don't know that.
yeah,
They don't
most
know
of our
that
people don't know.
we work with a lot of artists outside Ghana. They think we are just in Ghana doing Ghana work. You know, but I think
not
it's
like that.
high time we get insightful about this type of information, and then you find a way to let the fans know that, oh, okay, we are in Ghana, but then we still do a lot of
stuff outside. Take for example, there's this project we've been working on for close to like 2 years now. It's a project for a Nigerian artist who is in UK, and her management is a US based management. So they were looking for producers to give her an Afrobeat sound, and they took their producers from Nigeria. Northboy, that producer produces for Wizkid, but then Northboy's sound needed to be on that level of clarity. So they searched for DopeNation to do the mixing. So on that board, we are like mixers for the project, but we happen to also take the sound, refine it, then we send it to whoever that's mastering. There's Calling is a mastering producer in US who is a Grammy Award winner, and then there is Benny Steele. Benny Steele is also a mixing producer who is a Grammy winner as well. There's Dave O'Day, and now these people they call you and you have a phone call, like let's say 5 producers, and they would give you, they don't know the sound, but they know how to keep your sound on that level. So it's more like a workshop sort of, so 30 minutes call, and then they talk about your sound, and they be like, okay, so what you did over here, you need to space your instruments, you need to make your kick heavier, you need to make the vocal more dry and then spatial enough so we can hear. And you know, after that call, you get a lot of insight. Now, listen, when you finish working on that project, we come back and I say, okay, you know what? Call this boy, Drew. Let's record him, mix his song for him, and then he will drop it. And the title will be This Year, and then it's out there, and you will never know that DopeNation was part of that project. Do you get it?
But
So
it's just a contribution from our intellect, from what
to
we
the
learned,
sound over
and
here,
just to apply
You get
to
it?
whatever, just to make sure that sound stays, and that sound actually stays. You play it after 5 years, and it sounds like
it's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
And the interesting part is, you see, the way they have made you arrange the song in a pattern where they understand and they really like it.
Yes.
When you produce a Ghanaian artist with that particular beat or sound, when it gets into the foreign market, you see people will be so like, they'll be
Interested,
appreciating
because it sits there.
It sits there.
Yes.
It's like, it is part of them.
Yes.
But someone will be here and be like, but I didn't know my fan drum this. I don't know what. So it means you guys are really working behind closed doors.
Yeah, we
a
take
lot.
classes, we take classes
classes.
almost like every 6 months. After we do our tours, we do tours, we do high school tours, we do tertiary tours, then we finish, we do our own concerts. Then when we finish, we take classes. So it's like
You're
a 2-week
always
class.
learning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because music is
evolving.
challenging.
It's
so
if you don't catch up or move with it, it goes and it leaves you. This brings me to my next question, and it might. Before we go for our first break, let me just put this one here. You guys are doing a lot in Ghana, outside Ghana, behind closed doors, in front of closed doors. You guys are doing a lot. Can I say that DopeNation has been underrated? Have you been given your flowers?
I wouldn't say underrated. I'll just say we've not placed the focus on the right things.
Okay.
Yeah, we've placed the focus on. It's fine. The stuff we've been focusing on are also pushing, but the actual things to concentrate on
Yeah.
are the key things. And these are the things that we sit back and then we have a conversation about and be like, what are we doing wrong? And these guys are moving forward and we are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the things we are supposed to put more highlight on.
Yeah.
I think this conversation is one that will also let the fans know that, okay,
Really?
then it
This
means
is-
now when they listen to music, they also have to pay attention to
Yeah.
who
those
made the
kind of
beats,
things.
because for a
Yeah.
song, it comprises of the beat and the vocals.
Yeah.
So if I just make a beat and I'm like, Metro TV, Metro TV, Metro TV, when someone listens, they'll be like, what's he saying? He's just saying Metro TV. But you should listen to why he's saying just Metro TV.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the beat is also complementing what he's
Yeah.
saying, and it has an understanding to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and just to add up to what my brother said, you know, take for example, Amapiano. Amapiano is large out there, but Amapiano was first South African house music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't Amapiano.
No.
So a producer just woke up, and this thing is not anything new. It is on all the softwares we have been using since.
Yeah.
He just was like, yo, let me use log drums, and he just fixed log drums in it, and he birthed the genre.
So log drums are the.
I was about to-
you see
what are
those.
they?
You see
What
when
do
you
they
listen
do?
to Amapiano,
Yes,
it gets to a point and there's this bass, but
Some bass, but it's like a kick.
It's like
Yeah.
it hits
Yeah.
it. It goes like, yeah, that
Yeah.
thing, you know,
Yeah.
it's
that
called
kind
the
of-
log drum.
Okay.
And it's basically in hip hop. But then that producer realized, oh, if I take
Put
this
it in my native,
Amapiano,
it's
it will
there.
give a different
You get
sound.
it, and they decided to call it Amapiano. They projected it, and now a lot of people are taking it. Let me tell you something. Ghana has been doing more than this.
Yes.
Ebony came and she was like, she wanted to do dancehall. We were like, okay, cool, sing your song. And she sang the song, and we are like, nah, but I didn't hear high life for inside. Okay, fine. We'll do a fusion, dancehall, high life, and then Afrobeat, because as at that time, we knew that Afrobeat was coming from an angle. So we did a fusion for Ebony. If you listen to Poison very well, it can't sit with you that, nah, this is high life. It
Yeah.
can also sit with you that this is dancehall.
Dancehall, yeah.
But she was, it's sort of like shaped her. I'm saying this from a sound point of view.
Okay.
It's shaped her sound to the extent that even as of now, if you play Poison,
Yeah.
it sits well with almost every sound. You know, I think we should pay more attention to the producers. Most of them, we focus too much on the artists that
Yeah.
most of them, by the time you realize, then the producer is either begging on the street,
Yeah.
or he's dead, or he's sick, or he's that. I can mention lots of names, but it's because of the brand. You see the brand. There's a very big producer out there called Sugartone. Big name. You know,
I don't
the
know if you know Sugartone. You know Sugartone.
Yeah.
I've heard of his name,
Sugar-
but
I
I
know
know he's a
Sugar-
producer.
but you know about Dacibre Drumna, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get where I'm coming from.
He produced most of his songs.
Yes,
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
lot, you know.
most- a
And
lot of
let me tell you
them.
something. You see the artists, you see the physique, you see the style, the whole the demeanor of the artist. But you see, when the artist starts performing, you fall in love with his style, right? Trust me, you are falling in love with the sound. And for that one, the artist, he goes to sleep. Oh.
Yeah.
There's a technical person who
Yeah.
sits down and like, nah.
Yeah.
Say, oh yeah, we are with them. My fa way into her name and back.
yeah,
You know
that
that
kind
kind
of
of. And those people, they are very deep.
Yeah.
They are very deep, and we should pay attention to them, because when we pay attention to them, lots of genres will start coming out.
out.
We will be giving it, and it's an ecosystem.
Yeah.
It will be bringing out job opportunities. You see, music is a mineral. We have to place.
tap into it.
You know.
So it's like we have fine goals in here, but then we are not even realizing it.
Realizing
Not to
it.
talk
Yes.
of appreciating
Yes,
it,
yes,
which I
yes.
think moving forward we should just
Yes.
change that.
Because you see, when you listen to the songs that I listed here, like Poison, Kukma, Whoa from Joy B,
Yeah. Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
and Kwakpo Shito
Yeah. Kwakpo Shito.
from Easy Baby.
Easy.
They
Yeah.
produce it,
Regular.
and even the Segbefia. You see, you have some kind of sound, the way your
Yeah.
melody
Yes.
is. If someone really knows you, they can identify that
Identify
it's
the
coming
sound.
from Dope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in recent times, when I hear their songs like Clap, I hear this one Confirm. You
Yeah.
can see that
Yeah, right.
it might be new to someone,
Yes.
but I go like, if you follow DopeNation,
You know that
this
that's
is
them.
what
Good.
they do.
Now that's the sound.
That's
So
it.
whenever a genre comes, we know how to fuse the genre.
Yeah.
We will fix it in a way that by the time you realize, no, you
Yeah.
like, nah, this is DopeNation sound, but it's like he's doing it on maybe drill music. It's
Yeah.
not-
You get surprisingly, that's how come this one we cannot even fight it. That's how come Ghana is so blessed. You see that pattern. Every beat has a pattern. That pattern that goes like achade.
You know,
That pattern
they
falls
have that
in a lot of
Yeah.
genres of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you realize that today, let's even say jazz. Jazz becomes the biggest genre across the world. we will definitely have a
fusion.
Ghanaian fusion,
You
of
know?
jazz, and you
Yeah.
have a crop of artists just coming
Yeah.
through.
Coming through.
We have people who are even doing jazz in Ghana right now. Kids who don't even know that they have not even traveled outside before. Just from nowhere, they were born in maybe, excuse me to say, the slums, and they are singing jazz, and they sound like foreigners. You know, and they
Yeah.
don't know how they even
Yeah.
ended up with
Yeah.
such talent.
Yeah.
And they are from Ghana.
Just because we already have the sound.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
We have everything.
Charlie,
we have a lot.
the conversation is getting interesting, and we have a lot of things. I see. I love it when I get artists coming into the city and they share more light. They teach us these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. But then we are going for a quick commercial break. We'll touch on one or two things before we get to Charlie. These boys, like they got their song premiered, Times Square. It's Times Square. Meaning called New York now. Charlie will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Entertainment TV live on Metro Television, and we have the dopest sound engineers. I wouldn't even call them artists nowadays. Like dopest sound engineer who are teaching us how to appreciate what we have. But then let me throw this there: being a powerful force together, being artists / producers. I'm tempted to ask, why did you opt to sign a 1-year record label with another label whilst
Yeah.
you have your own label? Am I
Yeah.
right? You have your own label.
Yeah, yeah,
And
we do.
with having your own label, being a powerful force together, knowing the ins and the outs of the Ghanaian music space, why sign a 1-year contract with another label?
Yeah. So before we signed with, I think you're referring to Links.
Links, yeah.
Yeah, before we signed to Links, we were with DopeNation with EL.
Yeah.
So as at that time, we had lots of calls from different labels in the country. I think about 6 or 7 that were interested in signing us. So we looked at which one and what they had to offer that would favor our moves. And we decided to go with Links because we felt, okay, they had a lot to offer. So we went with them, and after a year, we had dropped 2 projects, 2 songs that were doing very well, remarkably well. And we felt like, okay, fine, Charlie. After the 1 year, we were like, okay, we would like to continue on our own. And that was
And then mind you, it depends on the type of contract everyone goes in for.
Yeah.
You know, we have
Yeah.
labels that give you your team. That okay, this is the brand. You have
That's
the
what you're
voice.
going for.
They'll write for you. They'll produce for you. They'll give you the video concept, everything, and all you do is just do the songs and then be a superstar.
And that's it.
But with us, we have a production team. We have a management. We make our beats.
Yeah.
And from the scratch, as we are making the song, project the concept for the video. You know, so it's like we actually do everything as a powerhouse.
You're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So what was the Links offering you
That's
that
the thing. So
you couldn't give?
it's not like Links offered us something. It was a collaborative effort
Okay.
because
Yeah.
from outside, if let's say Zanku became a very big hit, you'll not be able to tell if it's Links that did it or DopeNation
Dope
because we released Ish on our own and
Yeah.
we featured Olamide. You know, when he was like at his prime
Yeah.
as a musician in Nigeria, we featured him whilst we were independent. You know, then we moved to Links. So it's just magic. We did magic with Links together. But then after we did that, we learned our lessons and then we got our flowers too from that. And then we decided to move on after a year.
On the back of,
Okay. I mean, I wanted to find out from you if you could even engage or be part of, like, say, individual projects, as in singing, because that could also mean that you are going to be a part of the VGMA.
As in singing,
Yes.
like singing.
Individual,
And
not as a
individual,
group, right?
yes.
Well,
but
yeah.
as individuals.
And
I
you
know
are-
where Helen is coming
Yeah,
from.
and
I
you
get you.
mean that question
Yes,
is
with that, you can
that
also,
question is towards the VGMA.
right,
Yes.
because without that, for now, I don't think you will be a part of the VGMA.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy you're talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's that question is towards the VGMA.
Yeah.
So, like we said, we are very experimental when it comes to our sound in the studio.
Right.
So we can do something right now in the studio, okay, and it will sound dope amongst us here. We'll be like, yo, this should be out. But then when you go back to the board, on the marketing board, this is not a type of sound Ghanaians are used to. So then we have to get them used to it before we market it. Then now it becomes a hit. Now when it becomes a hit, we stand in a position where we have to make sure this genre is accepted. Now we go back to the VGMA board.
Right.
Is that a category they have. If they don't have the category, then it means that it's not a Ghanaian sound. But then now it's a hit song.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
You have to
You
put it
get
in.
the space we are in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the reason why we are putting more emphasis on the fact that the focus should be more on the sound.
Sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, when we know the sound and you do a research, go to every artist in their studios, and then you know what they are up to, what type of sound they are. Because I can take you to my studio, play my new songs I've not released yet, based on what I know you are into the studio for. Let's say you are from the VGMAs, you are doing research on your next nomination list, so that you know that, oh, okay, if I go to B2 Studio, this is what he's doing. If I go to T Studio, this is what he's doing. Okay, our next, this thing, we are going to put this genre as a nomination slot. But we've had some nominations that have been stagnant for a long period of time, which has held back a lot of sounds that are coming from the studios. And these sounds, mind you, are sounds that will bring a crop of artists that can compete with the people you want to compete with.
Yeah.
And right now we are looking at marketing. We had our songs marketed in the Times Square.
Yeah.
We did that from Ghana to abroad. Now they are coming here.
Yeah.
We don't really need to go to the Times Square.
Yeah.
They
You
are
know,
already here.
how about Makola?
Yeah, and
You know, no, seriously, how about Makola?
Don't
Yeah.
see it. The vice president from the US
Would
came
see
here.
it if she were to go to Makola,
Yeah.
because that's the center, Accra
Yeah.
Central, you know.
Yeah.
And then to talk about the group and then doing songs as singular and
Right.
stuff. Let's put music aside. You know, we came to the universe as a group.
Right.
You know, like we came to the universe as a group.
Yeah.
Trust me, you have no idea how bonded we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we fight a lot though.
Yeah, you should understand.
You understand?
Now,
Yeah.
let's come to music.
But you see, on the back of what Helen said, I wanted to ask something on the record label part, but then I'll put it aside and then I'll hammer a bit on the VGMA.
Yeah.
So, in the history of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards scheme, in 2022, Group of the Year was Script Off.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
remember?
Yeah.
Now, the spokesperson of the Vodafone Ghana Music Award was asked why they did that, and this is what he said, and I quote. I want you guys to hear what he said, then I asked my question.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
that's Francis Doku offered an explanation, and he said the decision not to present the category this year, as in 2022, was based on the fact that the relevance of the music group had dwindled. A situation, he said, has persisted for the past years, and there's been a push to drop that category.
All right.
Yeah. And when you say dwindle, on what facts?
Yeah.
Because we've not said this anywhere, but I just want our focus to come on this, coming back to our focus being on the wrong things. When we left our label to go back as an independent entity, we released a song, and that song we made a conscious effort to feature all the media people we know, you know. And they all came and we got the song together and everything, shot a very nice video, and the song came out. Now, to some people in our media space, they said the song wasn't a hit. Now, when you have marketing, you will definitely know that with statistics, I can make a song a hit when I want to.
Yeah.
Because I know where to make the song pass to become a hit. But then, with the same statistics, when you have all the numbers and realize that they are not considering it as a hit, then you get to know that there's something wrong somewhere. And out of all our songs, Ghanaians will term as hits, we have a song entitled Today. That song now has...
We dropped in 2022.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same year. And it surpassed 4 million streams
On Spotify.
Spotify.
which is the highest like store an artist should be at,
yeah.
and that's where they end. Now, if I'm supposed to surpass that number, obviously I'm supposed to have a nomination there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
But
have it.
It didn't make
But I want us to be aware of the fact that DopeNation, they've not been able to place DopeNation at a point where you can say, nah, this is where they are supposed to be. Because it gets to a year, they are hip life artists. It gets to another year, they are this.
And this year
You know,
you're in
we
the
rap.
category, right?
And no, okay, so we'll get to that. So we have never been nominated as rappers before.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have a song, NDC MPP, iPhone Samsung, where we talk about iPhone Samsungs, we talk about NDC MPP politically, and we do, like, we rap. We've been rapping in all our songs. It's rap. It's not.
But I know
it's
you
not
are
rap.
also personally supposed to submit that, okay, that you want to be in this category, you want to be considered for
Okay.
such nomination.
Yeah, so-
Thanks for the submission. Like I said,
Right.
you don't know where to put it.
Yeah,
because
when
they
you
give you
put out-
Afropop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Afropop.
Yeah.
Yes. Now let me get to where I'm saying. I'm saying Boza is in the wrong category because it's Afropop.
Right.
But you give it Afropop Afropop because it's like you are going to Legon and they tell you humanities, political science, philosophy, archaeology. And you're like, no, I'm going to go ahead.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I want
trying to let you know.
come to Lagos,
Yes.
steady dance,
You get me?
and use it for something.
For something. But what I'm trying
You
to
know?
say is that this is why we are living. We are not living based on systems. We are living based on breaking the system and then going out in a positive way. Therefore, I will sit down and break a genre, another genre, fix my sound, and try to create wealth out of it, and then put people in it to be artists representing the world. That would be Azonto. That would be high life. Can't there be another genre? Can't there be another genre where we can be like, now this is our genre, then we put it in a category, we project it, and then now it will sell like the way Amapiano is, the way Afrobeat is.
Yeah.
Trust me, Afrobeat is Ghanaian.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
No, period. And, and everyone agrees to it.
But
the Jamaicans
but the
agree
world
to it.
sees it as what?
Yeah.
Nigerian.
I don't have any malice against Nigerians because
course not.
I appreciate and admire their sense of survival. That is why they would always be in any space, any musical space, and then
Yeah.
take advantage of it. But what have we done in sense of survival to protect anything we have?
Right.
Boza is in the wrong category because I created it.
Thank you. It's in the wrong category.
Then unfortunately, I think we have to bring them back
No,
again.
that's what I was about
we-
to say that
we have to
today.
talk about the challenge as well.
Yes.
I wish we could have extended this to 2 hours.
know,
I'm really
because there's a
enjoying
lot.
everything.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
we are coming to talk about clap, right?
Yes, and then the
Yes.
challenge to it, maybe they can show us.
Yeah, sure.
We'll do it together. We'll do it.
She's
Oh no, it's actually simple.
I know
It's
you
very
do something.
and you know the
We'll
fun
do
part
it.
of it. You know the fun part of it when you get it wrong.
Yes.
No, that's the fun part of it.
Yes.
Because it's a challenge.
But you tell us, how did you get that move?
Yeah.
Premiering
Okay.
clap
So
on Times, like
So
in
before
Times
Times Square, we actually released the audio, and the audio was actually aired on BBC One Extra with DJ Edu, even before we dropped the video.
Yeah, and that's in
So-
London.
Yeah.
Yes, that's in London, and
Yeah.
then we did that one too in US. So it was like we were trying over from December going, we were trying to find different ways of promoting our music. We did a tour in Uganda. We met with Ghetto Kids. And
Oh.
yeah, we did Boza with Ghetto Kids, and we just realized that in East Africa, Boza means friend. And that's what they used to greet each other when friends meet. And Boza in South Africa means boss. You know, we met Shampuru, Makenzo, Costa Titch.
Yeah.
We met Costa Titch as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Yes. Well, let's
Oh.
let's give you guys an exclusive. So
Yeah.
Costa Titch was supposed to be on Boza remix.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah, it's too bad. I know.
when this
sad.
year.
Yeah. It should have been like
we met.
you
We
know,
met
like
first.
damn.
First we met in
You know?
Ghana, and that was when he came for a show.
Yeah.
Here. They came
Yeah.
from Australia,
Yeah.
Right.
and then from we also continued on tour. Kenya, Uganda. So we met.
We
in
met them in Uganda,
and then
they had to go to Dubai the next day.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
we were
so-
like, that's when we started talking about the song. So
Song.
it was not even about just doing music. We became friends.
I mean, that's
You know,
very sad.
and-
This is so
That's
sad.
very
Yeah.
sad.
My
It's
mood
so
is
sad.
just.
That's very sad.
Oh, let me tell you how even sad it was. Like the night before, he was asking what Boza meant, and he was about to record the song.
He was in the studio,
the
like
next
trying
day,
to get it together,
and that happened. You know,
If he had recorded just before.
Wow.
yeah, but South Africans should know that Ghana really has a lot of love for Costa, and then the Titch gang. So shout out to them.
We do.
Kelly, we have like 2 minutes.
Yes.
You've done this. You've done a whole premiere in Times Square. This shows that there are a lot of things in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Just give us something small. I love the way you share secrets. I love people who share secrets. So tell us.
Well, there are
something-
secrets here, but then it's something that's there.
Yeah, but people will like, oh, wait for it. But you've been saying a lot. That's good. But then what should we expect? What more are you doing to promote the song? Or where else can we see DopeNation doing other things? Like
Well,
maybe a movie?
right now we just pray for life. You know, for life most importantly. And the thing is, like I said, now the whites are coming here.
Yeah.
You see, and we know for a fact that every December they are coming. It's how, like, which country has that? You know, since we now know that they are coming, we are just looking at projecting our culture.
Yeah.
And that's the key in music. Yeah, we are looking at projecting our culture. There's hip hop, there are a lot of things, a lot of genres, a lot of artists. We are just looking at projecting the culture. So yeah, that's what we are praying for, and we are working hard to do that. You know, today it's Times Square, tomorrow it can be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So-
You tap into the Latino market.
Yes.
Yeah,
which I
Amen,
like.
amen.
And let's not see it as we just wanted to do this to show, say we do them. No, we're actually doing it to share with people.
Yeah.
We are doing it to share with everyone. Like I said, we did the audio premiering and we did video premiering. So anyone, it's something we want to share. Any artist, any management that feels like, okay, what other ways can we also project ourselves out there? We wouldn't mind sharing 1 or 2 contacts
Yeah.
so you get
Yeah.
yourself
So you
there.
get to-
That's
You
the only
guys
way
have
we.
the plugs. You guys have the plugs.
Oh no! We also, we are just trying to,
When
it's
you
a
consider the
collaborative
outside market,
effort.
it's actually broad.
Yeah.
It's broad,
Very,
it's
very
broad. You can't do it
Marketing
alone.
is-
One man can't.
Like
One man can't. He can
Michael
never.
and Tony together, DopeNation. Really, really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
for
thanks for
coming.
having us.
And
having us.
a lot of things you shared, I will say that people should pay attention to your sound,
Yeah.
pay attention to you whenever you are speaking, and pay attention to your works. But now to find out, why do you have that the chain? Your
Yeah. I like cartoons. Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I won't hide
Sparrow,
it.
Yes.
and yours is
Yes.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, we like.
The
If you
mean
watch our
one.
Yes,
videos,
the mean
if you
one.
watch our
Yes.
videos,
Yes.
we really like to show a kind of like
Yes.
this.
Cartoons and
Yeah.
animals. I'm a
Yeah,
huge fan
yeah,
of
yeah,
cartoons as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice,
I
man.
love
Guys, it's been
cartoons.
great and we've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just go and stream their music, support them. They are doing amazing. Clap is out, and the viewership is up.
Yeah, it's
Compared
crazy.
to other video, the streaming is going up. So you guys should just support. My
So-
name is
Birthday shout out. So happy birthday to Pepsiville Reginald Robinson, our very own president. Happy birthday to you. I pray you live a long, fulfilled life. And Komla Adam of TV3, happy birthday to you. You're such a vibe, and I also pray that you live a long, fulfilled life.
We're talking about birthdays. Today is Bulldog's birthday. So
Happy birthday, Bulldog.
It's being mentioned.
Yeah, and all photography. Yeah.
So happy birthday to Bulldog. No, Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Yes, yeah, sorry.
guys. I think they'll be doing their challenge, but then my name is
No, we are
Anayata.
doing it together.
Hey,
We are doing it together.
Yes.
Are we sitting?
No, we'll start. We'll start.
Yeah, that would be
You'll
better.
see it on social media. My name is Nana Yatana Watch. I did it with Harriet Adi and Helen Anyemeja. Guys, enjoy the rest of the show, the programs, everything. Bye.